There you go.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Good morning. It's 8 o'clock on the start of your Victory Monday. Glad you're with us to start the day. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. As I was just saying, somebody was up here at some point between Friday and this morning and did something with the lights in here, and now I look like this.
Trust me, this isn't me trying to make him look bad for once.
Why would you want to make me look bad, Jordan?
Karma sometimes, you know?
Karma? I'm so nice to you, Jordan. I'm always nice to you. Even when you break my trust, Jordan.
Because I tell Zach one thing, you text me. That's it.
Good morning, Linda. Glad you're with us. Lori's here. Della, good morning to you. Mark and Peter, glad you're all with us. Happy Victory Monday. This is one of those days where you wake up and you're feeling super great. You feel like $1 million, all because the Bills won.
Woo.
Is it not the best feeling, or what? I mean, to be in the position where we were down so much to then win in the fourth quarter like we did. Oh, man. When Josh is able to be Josh, he kills it. It's almost as if we took the leash off of Josh and said, go for it, number 17. Do what you got to do. And he did it. Now, what does that tell you? I wonder, if you have been watching the Bills for many, many years, and I'm sure we all have been. I mean, I've been here almost 12. No, I take it back. I've been here almost 15.
I was about to say, wait.
I've been here at Channel 7 almost 12. We know that they spent 17 years missing the playoffs. They finally got to the playoffs, and it was like a miracle. I remember that game, watching this when the playoff drought was broken. It was awesome. I actually think it was New Year's Eve when that happened, and it was unbelievable. So what do we think about the coaching? If Josh is able to be Josh here, was he being coached, or did they just say, hey, you go, you do you?
I wouldn't be surprised if that was just on him. I mean, I think it was Sean McDermott. He said in their post-game speech, whatever, he told Josh, I don't know what the call was supposed to be, but you did it somehow. I mean, because I think we all know that Brady is the one who's doing all the play calling. And they also had a Christian Benford with that insane interception. And he says later on after the game that, like, that was not planned whatsoever, that he's supposed to be staying on his feet as a cornerback, but something, provoked him to jump. And luckily he did. And that was,
He said it was God.
It was God. God told him to jump up, do it.
Do we have that sound from Christian Benford? Play it.
I was expecting run. So I was expecting the tackle, but I saw him crank back, look for the now throw. And I wasn't supposed to jump. The technique is don't leave your feet. But I don't know, God just gave me something for me to leave my feet. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, and then the rest was history.
Thank you, God.
Seriously.
Della says, I'm a nervous wreck watching the Bills. Let Josh make his own calls. Mark says, Ed, I had fun with a Bengals fan that has a podcast after the game. Oh, that's kind of cool. Noreen, Josh is just amazing. What? Why couldn't you watch anything, Jackie? Lauren says, I think Josh said that the coaches said just get the ball in there or something like that. Right. That's kind of what I'm wondering, right? If we stop trying to... Is it micromanaging? I mean, look, the coaches need to coach, right? But when you've got a guy like Josh Allen who's just ready to rip, let him out of the cage. Mm-hmm. Crystal says, Josh Allen donned the Superman cape once again. Della, they let Kelly do it. How did that era get to do it? Right.
Fair.
I mean, it's a completely different day and age nowadays, but My mom is with us. Good morning, Jan. This did not look like a championship team. There were circumstances that they grabbed and ran with. That's fair. I mean, if not for that Benford interception and that A.J. Epinesa pick,
Well, yeah.
I mean, that would have, we know what would have happened.
I mean, and then you also saw towards the end before, Josh luckily got the first down, that Hail Mary attempt almost
Right.
by Joe Burrow with T. Higgins with the one-handed catch there. So
Well-
that could have easily changed everything right there.
Oh, man. And what about that James
The
Cook?
fumble.
Oh,
right in the end zone.
my God. You should have heard what was going on in my house. Russ went to the game, by the way. So
you didn't go?
No, I didn't go. I did not want to go. I wanted to be home. I had a million things to do and knew that if I went to the game, I'd be tailgating at 8 o'clock in the morning and wouldn't get home until at least 5. That's a full day.
Fair.
That's a day's work. Okay? And you're eating, you're drinking, you get home, you feel like crap. I just wanted to be on the couch. Not to mention the fact that Russ was sitting in a box. So if he was sitting in a box and I was outside, we're not having that. There is a definite power shift here, right? No, we're not doing that. My point is, watching this with my family, my mom, as anxious as she is, had to get up and walk away. My dad is just like, my dad's beside himself. My sister's flipping out. I'm flipping out. The dog's shaking. I mean, it was just like one thing after another.
I was telling Zach earlier that yesterday, because I had the game on, obviously.
Zach, by the way, our 6 a.m. producer.
Yeah. So my parents sometimes they'll put the games on down there and they'll watch it from home. My dad was at work yesterday, so my mom just had the Bills game on. And sometimes, usually, she'll just listen in and out too while doing other things around the house. And she sat down and saw the crazy Josh Allen touchdown. And then she said that she went to go turn her back, do something in the kitchen, and she hears the announcers screaming.
Yeah.
When Benford got the interception, so she calls me right away and she's like, "Are you watching this game?" I'm like, "What's going on?"
Well, and did you hear how loud the stadium was after
Yes.
that? Oh my God, it was
Super
electric.
loud. I think I have that somewhere. Give me a second.
In the meantime, while you're looking for that, Jordan, Linda says, would someone please tell the Bills and Sabres to go out and have fun? That's when they win. Right. Listen.
This was the Josh Allen touchdown. And things like that. Yes. There it is.
This is the intercept. Oh, yeah.
It's loud.
I mean, when you hear the stadium roar like that,
It's always so cool.
it gives you chills.
I was also saying.
Jordan, I think you might have to lower that. Yeah.
I was also saying yesterday as well that I don't know if I could be wrong, I messed this somewhere or just forgot, the new stadium renderings, if they showed how close the front row would be. I feel like that'd be really cool if the new stadium had that same energy where the front row is so low to the ground. that
Yeah,
the
where they
players
can jump up.
jump up and everything. I feel like that's always like a cool part about the Bills stadium right now and everything.
Yeah.
I guess the Bills itself have whenever they, do a big, move like that or play. They're not just celebrating amongst themselves, but they're also celebrating. That looks a lot better. I don't know what you just did, but it looks better.
Well, I'm just going to try and turn these on. I mean, let's see. Hold on.
As he figures this out again. Whoa.
Okay. This was driving me nuts. I couldn't stand being in the dark. I mean, it's annoying because these lights keep blinking because somebody
Yes.
touched something up here and God knows what they did, but
Let me at
regardless.
least go fix the iris. 'Cause
Yeah.
You're looking more like Casper the Ghost than I am.
Thank
on a
you.
regular
Well, and that
basis.
says something.
I was going to say, that just really says something.
Shirley says I was yelling so much at the TV, and I don't usually do that at all. Barbara says, Barbara, waiting to hear from my HOA on noise violation coming from my beach shack. That's so funny. I know, poor Gladys was shaking. All right, let's see if this works. KC, 6 and 7. Bye, boys. Right, exactly. 6-7. That's all I kept thinking today. You can go up to maybe just a little bit more, Jordan. Okay. Perfect. See, do you see these lights blinking? I mean, look, I looked orange before, so I guess I'll take this, but this is annoying. It's annoying. Exactly, Lauren. Oh my God, chills. I'm just smiling to myself. This is so exciting. Charlevine says, my son and I go to the games. That was a great game. Noreen, the fourth quarter was so exciting. They were on fire. Crystal says, I'm so sad I couldn't watch, but I was listening and keeping up on my phone while at a church for a choir performance.
That was also funny. I've seen people on social media too when they weren't watching a game, but
Yeah.
there was one post that was like, the Bills, what are you doing?
Right.
And then 15 minutes later, yay, Buffalo!
Right. It's so crazy how that works. Connie, I lost my voice. I know. Okay, we are a fourth quarter team.
Yes.
Why? Why can't we be a first half team and a second half team? Why? Like, I feel like when we are saying that we are a fourth quarter team, it just goes to show you that perhaps we are not as good as we think. What do you think?
I think it's valid. I think that's a valid concern, especially also if you think about what we said today with the playoff picture. If the playoffs were to happen right now, I think we said that the Bills would be going at Steelers. They just played the Steelers last week, and that wasn't necessarily a shutout win.
Well, and they weren't even in the playoffs last week, and now they are.
Yeah, so it's it's different to go see it. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting few weeks, I'd say. I think just seeing the performance by the other teams that are going to make it. Yes, we need to be a
Bingo.
team.
Bingo. Like, we can't give up 34 points. No. We can't give up. I mean, like, a high-scoring game is fun, but our defense, even our offense in some cases.
The offensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, there are definitely a few times where, you saw Josh get, thrown down like a rag doll because,
right.
There was no one really guarding him too much. Defense, too. I mean, yes, we had those big plays from Benford and Epineza, but, obviously something else needs to give in order to do it. I think they also always need some sort of spark to actually, get on the field and play.
Well, let's give it to them.
Exactly. I don't know what it takes for it to be in the first quarter, that spark. I mean, because last week, the whole big mentality was that big play on Josh last week, and everyone's like, don't touch 17, don't touch 17.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know what else needs to be that continuous spark for the teams. Maybe the Chiefs no longer being
in contention, yeah,
anymore for them. Like, I don't know.
Megan says they saved the best for last. Crystal says things can change on a dime in pro sports, no doubt. Sideline spirits was low. Bills player said 1, 2, 3 quarters. Said it. Okay. Mark says, let's hope we stay in fifth place. We would play Pitt again. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Barbara says it was an incredibly exhilarating game. Just grateful we won. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Paula says, I can't even watch anymore. It frequently comes down to the last few minutes of the fourth quarter. And, that's my point. Why is that happening? That is so infuriating because, when you watch Sean McDermott, he's like, oh, man, great play. All three, Dana and I, right, exactly. My sister and I can literally recite his speech verbatim. All three phases, heck of a game, man.
Overcoming adversity.
Right, toughness, man. And we're just we literally, it's like a drinking game. Like, every time you hear him say that, you just take a shot.
Yeah.
You'd be hammered. Kathlena says, offense need to protect Josh. We have a tough team against us. They need to improve. Mm-hmm. Josh says, big comeback for the Buffalo Bills, like the big comeback week 1.
Yes.
Right, exactly, against the
saying
Ravens.
that.
It was reminiscent, right? Chiefs lose, it's a win-win. Now let's have the Pats lose and we take the division. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
We want some plays back, right? Burrow is a good QB, and he has good receivers. He's back in action too. For one of the first games since he was out.
Yeah, I think they said yesterday. The irony, I think, was it that he was playing his best performance since coming back, but now we saw what happened. Obviously,
of course.
I don't know. To be honest, as well, also just on this whole topic of fourth quarter, team and everything. That, to be honest, I barely watched the Bills games in the first half just because I know that's always going to be flipping a dime.
No, you have to watch. You have to go through all of the emotions, Jordan, just like the rest of us.
So, I mean, that's what I do. I think yesterday I just looked at the score when it was in the second quarter, and I was like, all right, I'll turn on the game later on just because, obviously they're losing right now.
Yeah.
But they'll come back alive and everything. I think also games like that one yesterday as well also remind me not just of the Ravens game, but also think maybe 4 or 5 years ago. No, had to be 3 or 4 maybe. That big 13-second game with, I think it was the Chiefs. I think like many moons ago, or not many moons, but like 3 or 4 seasons ago. I remember like watching that thing. Okay, they're the team that got to the 13-second mark. And
the 13-second game.
Yeah, the 13-second game.
I know.
So, I mean, I don't know if that's what we just kind of have to live up to every single game.
Well,
like
we try to forget about
yeah,
that,
well,
right?
I know that. But
Lauren says you've got to go through all the emotions that make you sick. Seriously, it's so true. Kathleen, if McDermott, I think if McDermott plays 1990s highlights with Tasker, special teams, Thomas and Smith, they will get pumped up. There you go. Okay, I agree. We were talking about this yesterday. Like,
yes.
James Cook with the carry. James Cook with the carry. James Cook with the ball.
Which
Cook with the
sometimes
carry.
didn't even result in anything.
Oh my God, throw the ball is right. Like, can we get somebody open? Can we get somebody downfield? I mean, like, there were some beautiful, beautiful darts. Like, right into, was it Hawes? Did Hawes
Yes,
make?
Hawes was
Yeah,
the
oh my
one
God.
again.
Amazing. Somebody was asking why, I think it was Mark. Mark was wondering why the New England game's at 1, not a later game. My dad was wondering the same
That's
thing.
the-
I don't know. Katie says they show the teams that New England beat, and all of them have losing records except the Bills. They have an extremely easy schedule. Jay says, wow, tuned you in, and you two put off the negative vibe. Leaving chat. Go Bills. No, we're not putting anything off negative. We're just having a conversation. I want to know. Knox had a very good game. That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
He
Knox
had a
was great
really good
yesterday.
game. He had a great game yesterday.
Lori says, Ed, what do the Bills need to do next week to beat New England? Wisdom from a wise man.
Oh, here
Let
we go.
Josh be Josh. Just take the leash off. Let him do what he's got to do. Give him the flexibility, I think. I feel like if that is the option, give Josh the flexibility to do what he can do best. He's got great legs. I know we want to keep him safe. I know we're trying to keep him healthy. But, like, at the end of the day, we have to continue winning. And Josh, I mean, find your man, get him.
That's my big question, I think, also as well, is are we being too careful? But not just with the injuries, because, yes, we've had, some big injuries this season, but are we being too careful with the play calling and everything like that to try,
Right, too conservative.
Exactly. I mean, because they can get aggressive. I mean, like, you can't say that Sean McDermott can't get aggressive. I mean, like, look at what happened. So, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, Benford really was the turning point. That was awesome. I mean,
Yes.
like, everyone is just roaring at that point. And so the Bills are in the wild card spot. It's Bills-Pats, 1 o'clock, Sunday afternoon. It's going to be a great game. Here we are, top of the leaderboard for a wild card. That would be awesome. Peter asked about this, and I want to address it quickly. So over the weekend, I went shopping for the holidays, and Hanukkah is quickly approaching, so I needed to get a couple of things. And so it was rainy, it was gross. I come out, and there's this flyer on my windshield, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?" And so I'm reading it. This is from my Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram, and you can follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram at Dranch TV and on TikTok at Dranch. Jordan, why don't we play the whole thing so that you can actually hear what happened? Is that cool?
Yep.
All right,
gotcha.
let's do it.
Stores, take a neighbor or friend with you, stay alert, watch for who's in the parking lot or following you, avoid unnecessary trips, consider grocery pickup or grocery delivery. What do you make of the immigration situation right now? Let me know in the comments. Whoop, I just ripped it. So I'm just leaving the Galleria and I got this on my windshield. Whoop, I just ripped it. Well, here's the bottom line. It's a notice that mall security and Cheektowaga police are working with Border Patrol and ICE, detaining people for minor or suspected offenses. Regardless of your immigration status, extreme caution is advised. So it tells you all about your rights and what to do, what not to do, including some risks. Shop at small stores, take a neighbor or friend with you, stay alert, watch for who's in the parking lot or following you, avoid unnecessary trips, consider grocery pickup or grocery delivery. What do you make of the immigration situation right now? Let me know in the comments.
Okay, so I don't know who put this on my windshield, but I was reading the comments over the weekend, and people were getting this in Hamburg. People were getting this at Walmart in the parking lots. And, when you talk about the immigration situation right now, there are obviously efforts to crack down, for lack of a better term, on people who are in our country illegally. And this is affecting people who are in our community. You know, I wasn't stating an opinion. I was just simply telling you what happened. And people are, you know, commenting. And it always baffles me that people have the audacity to say things like this. But like that this is sensational reporting, as in sensationalism, as if this is the National Enquirer, somebody wrote. Then somebody else said, well, what's the point of this post? Is it to stir up all of the racism? No, the point of the post is to tell you what happened. Obviously, other people are getting this on their windshield, are getting these notices. And it's also to create a conversation that is in a place where it is accessible for all to talk. I often have a problem with people who say, what are you trying to do? Open the conversation to the racists? No. We're opening the conversation for all voices. Like, it's not one side or another. And then the same people will be like, well, you're biased. Mm-hmm. What? Right, exactly. Like, if we don't talk about the things that are happening in our community, and we're only talking about things that are happening in a bubble, it's an echo chamber. Mm-hmm. And when we're only hearing what we want to hear, we become naive as a community, as a society.
Yep.
It just blows my mind. Julie says, maybe I'll start carrying my birth certificate in my wallet. Mark says, the people who put that on your windshield, it's illegal since it's private property. No kidding. Della says, terrible how snap receivers are getting scammed. Kim, they're detaining people who should not be detained. Lauren, yeah, the comments were unnecessary and didn't make sense. Connie, exactly. Kim, you're speaking for all of us. Right, exactly. You know, exactly, Julie. Thank you for sharing that with us. I'd rather be aware of what's out there.
Exactly.
And Crystal, yes, exactly. Isn't that what reporters are supposed to do? Thank you for informing the public. Exactly. Like, obviously, we're going to have to call Cheektowaga police and say, hey, what's going on here?
Cheektowaga, Hamburg, anywhere you're getting this.
Right. And
I'm sure you're not the only one or someone who's posted on, let's say, a Facebook page, like saying, hey, has anyone else gotten this flyer on their windshield over at the Walmart or wherever these, you know, flyers being handed out other than just the Galleria? I mean, I can't even, based on the video that I'm looking at right now, I can't even, like, see any sort of, like, emblem as to where this person was from or where this, like, flyer.
Well, there's like a
from.
weird phone number and a QR code, and you know that.
I see the QR code.
Yeah, I didn't want to scan the QR
I'm not gonna
code
scan it either.
because
that would be my first thought after you just said it, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to either.
Right? And look, okay, to Jason's point, there are good and bad immigrants, right? There are good and bad Americans. Kristen says people need to be informed. Where was I parked? Right in front of Macy's at the Galleria. Barbara says, I feel so anxious and sad for so many of our family, friends, and neighbors who have to live in fear just because of the way they look. Exactly, Crystal. Good and bad people, period. Exactly, Lauren. Don't engage with it. Right, I don't want to. Like, so I didn't. So I have no idea who it came from or what the... Obviously, there's some angst in our community, and obviously people are trying to make others aware of the... rights that they have if they're detained by ICE or if they approach you. But, you know, concerned enough to, like, create flyers, copy them, and then distribute them. Jeanette says, I'd rather be aware also. You are just reporting as a good reporter does what is going on in our community, how we are affected by everything you see on the national news at the local level. Exactly. And all politics are local. Kim, that's very sweet. I really appreciate you. Connie says, wonder if cameras would have picked him up. Maybe. Rachel says, we need to be informed, and Ed, you do a great job of doing that. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. Even on the weekend.
Off hours, 24/7.
Yeah, was the flyer on other cars? Yeah, all over the place. And again, as the comments showed, I mean, it wasn't just at the mall. It was in Hamburg. It was at Walmart. I mean, like, this is... all over the place.
I paused it for like a second, just try to see what this phone number is to see if there's anything on Google that says anything.
Yeah.
I'll let you know in a second.
Kim says I'm gonna go out doing my thing, but we'll be very aware.
So it looks like if I typed in the number correctly, it's a group called Birdwatch Buffalo, Buffalo Immigrant and Refugee Defense.
Okay.
So they have, let me pull this
Thank
up
you for
and
doing the
share.
research here, Jordan.
You know, I learn from the best, you know?
Now you're being nice to me, Jordan?
Well,
Or are you talking about Katie?
huh? Here it is. So this is their Instagram, Birdwatch Buffalo. Looks like they have a bunch of, it looks like similar posts to what you saw. a little
Okay.
bit.
Oh, BIRD is an acronym.
Yes.
Buffalo Immigrant and
And
Refugee Defense.
Call or
Okay.
text to report observed immigration enforcement activity or ask for help. So it looks like this is what they've been doing. Looks like they had some sort of rally not that long ago. Oh, I don't see anything that looks like your flyer necessarily, but that's the number that was on the bottom of your flyer. That you ripped
Interesting.
up.
Okay. I didn't mean to rip it. It was wet. And it just happened to
Sure.
rip right in the wet spot.
It's called Ed's doing that for dramatic.
I swear to God, I wasn't.
For his social media.
I promise I didn't mean to rip it. I promise. Patricia says they say you should never touch anything put on cars without gloves. They could have something on it to hurt you. Okay. Gotta be weary, I suppose. Julie says I have newspaper people in my family. That's newspaper. We have reporters like Ed to deliver it to us, lazy bums that want to stay home. Jason says if it happens at the Springville Walmart, I'll let you know. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Look, at the end of the day, you're kind of like our beat reporters here, right? Like you are the eyes and the ears for us in your community. And I think that when we are able to discuss the things that are actually happening to us, good, bad, and different, or if just kind of like a, hey, this happened, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
Like we're able to have that conversation. Barbara says, a friend of mine who is a legal citizen now of this country and has been for years, now because of her appearance and accent, carries her passport and other documents with her at all time. I mean, there's definitely a fear. There's a concern for sure. And if you share voices on both sides, there are people who say, look, I voted for this. I want this to happen. I want ICE in our community to protect and make sure that we are taking people who are here illegally out and bringing them back to their country so that they can do this legally. And on the flip side, there are people who are of the mindset that say, no, we have to treat these people fairly. Let's help them through the system. Let's keep them here. They're paying taxes in some cases. They want immigrants to continue living in our society. There are two sides to every story, and that's why our community, our climate, our political climate is so divisive right now. It's so divided. And yeah, Peter, you have to have these conversations. It's so important that we have them in a civil way too, and not finger point. Mm-hmm. We're able to talk. We're able to discuss, and I think that's super important.
Absolutely.
All right, we got to get the show on the road here. We're gonna get somebody to fix these lights because it's driving me nuts.
Yeah. I already sent an email, so
Thank you, Jordan.
hopefully, fingers crossed.
All right, have a great day, everyone.
Bye.